Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May 18th, 2026, and apparently it's a holiday, Queen Victoria Day. Happy holidays. So this video, I'll try to be short. Try to make it like at least less than 30 minutes about my admission number 4, the 4th admission. So after 3rd admission from previous one, a month ago, the last video, after 3rd admission, there's a piece of quiet time. So there's no jab, there's no medication. I got discharged suddenly, days before the review panel hearing date. So I got decertified, and then without even an interview, few days before the review panel hearing date in September, I think it was the 2nd or 5th, 2023. So after that, I was free, but I thought to do the legal action because I need to get them held accountable for getting me the medical injury, weight gain, and moon face, moon boobs, side effect here there, and the time be wasted. However, during those time, I didn't hear anything back from my lawyer Larry, and until around late November, I got the call from the Larry. He got my medical records. They were about 7,000 pages. And after I read those medical records, I just realized, oh, that was another trauma reading it, because clearly there's a paper Vincent in me in the records, bunch of information about my background, education, high school, where there's a law degree. I don't want to mention it again. But anyway, so I was traumatized, and I made a strong complaint towards Kevin and Johnson, because according to the records, house record, it's them giving falsehood information about me. And then they went to the 3 bridges December 1st, 2023, without me, of course, because with me, their word won't be trusted, because they were saying that, oh, they say that to make me feel good. So I didn't go with them. They went there, and they recorded the conversation with Dr. Irwin. And Dr. Irwin clearly said that his doctor put me mental word, not them. So they relieved. They come back, but also Dr. Irwin confirmed that the bedbug was real, sure. Yeah, but however, I have to move on. They don't want to be held accountable. They still think that, they're just trying to sophistry out that they made mistake. But at the same time, they confirmed that it's not delusion. Anyway, with that, with memo, I still have that. That's important evidence I have for my case. And that's the meeting with Dr. Irwin and Raman, the manager, case manager, and Jonathan and Kevin, 4 of them. So I was stunned. And then December, my parents visited me from China. They stayed in this place. They stayed in this place for 1 month, and also they have the same skin irritation, and also they observed me had skin irritation as well. And during that time, the building had bedbugs. Yeah, still. So have to lot of remove the real furniture, get all the thing out away from the wall. That's a big project, so that they can do the inspection and such. They apparently never had this buyback. Oh, maybe buyback from my unit. Oh, who knows, right? So the whole building had the buyback investigation in 2023 and 2024. So Until 2024, April, I've been put mental ward again. How? Well, there's skin irritation, keep bothering me. I suspect it's mold exposure, and hard mold, the airborne mold, the company comes here, did testing, airborne testing. There's a mold. So this place already been identified as the mold. I have the paper, and they still, couldn't be called accountable. They don't want to admit to the mistake they made. And in April, I was doing chiseling work. I chiseled the sculpture that the Buddha statue. That one. Yeah. And there's mold chiseling or fungi, something attack my skin. There's sending some small needle things attack my skin. The triangle shape, the small needle come attach my skin on my arms. I think this arms. And I have photos. I took a video, recorded it, and I went to St. Paul Hospital for emergency department that night to show them right there what's going on. What is it? At the registration, the nurse even said that, oh, is it bugs? I said, shh, don't say bugs. I didn't put mental word because of that. So after hours waiting, and I talked to a nice nurse, Tracy. She actually, I think I wasn't aware, but I think probably that time I was having the evaluation of the psychiatric evaluation, but I wasn't aware. Now think of that. So I was in an interview room, and Tracy was asking me what's going on, and I showed Tracy's a psychiatric nurse. I showed her the photos, and Tracy said it might be the black mold. So that night, after waiting, and the nurse told me that they put black mold on my file, and I left. And so this has been articulating, Kevin's still denying there's mold, even though I have a pest control report, I have the mold report, airborne mold testing report, and apparently there's mold on the statue. Kevin still says no. I said, Kevin, it's problem is him. After his stroke, he just couldn't recognize things, and he lost his speech, and now his speech is back, but he turned to be psychopathic. I said he should do the PET test, not necessarily to be psychiatric evaluation, just psychology, maybe neurology, something to do linked to his stroke recovery. So this is set up the trap, Kevin and VGH. There was intervention for me, secret intervention, fake intervention. But I convinced Kevin to go to the VGH Stiegel building, psychiatric building, to diagnose Kevin. Ask Kevin to say, Kevin agreed. And when we arrived there on Sunday, it was April 10-ish, we arrived there at the VGH Stiegel building and talked to the front desk nurse and get the application form. Kevin had to put his information there, and apparently Kevin put his information, not me, my information. I have photos. So I was completely being gaslighted the whole day. And after there, me and Kevin have the argument in the building, and I brought my model just in case they're going to put me into mental ward. So I have something to do. I was doing one of those models. This one. I was doing these models that day there. Oh, not this one, I think. It's this one. Yeah. I was painting this at the at the psych building, VGH, waiting for the evaluation. And then when the doctor came, doctor said that they only sent him down, and he talked to Kevin's family doctor. They know me, and he said they're not going to put me to mental ward to this day. And I said no, it's mistake because they told me that it's a group interview. They mainly diagnosed Kevin, and doctor said no, they only sent him down for me. But doctor, however, didn't think I'm certifiable. I'm not certifiable. They let me go, and Kevin was so pissed off that night. And during that week, Kevin and I keep arguing every day, mainly regarding that, the last 3 admission. And until on Friday, he called 911 again. So now I understand, because during those time, car 7 was activated because the multiple 911 call from Kevin. Even my parents were visiting me that time. Kevin called 911 when we complained about the mode. And the police officer came, but I recognized the police name, it's Chris, I remember the name, from 3rd Admission. Chris was surprised that I remember his name, and they didn't put me in the mental ward. They have authority to do so, but clearly I was just very concerned about mode. I wouldn't see hallucination and delusions. Anyway, and my parents was here, so that day he failed. But succeeded on Friday in April. I think that was April 20th, something like that. April 20th or 18th. Anyway, it's a Friday in April, check calendar, 2024. So, that's my 4th admission. There you go. Oh, this one is only 12 minutes. Okay. The 4th admission, I only stayed there for 3 nights. And Dr. Chen, Harris.I, Chen, Cheung, Chen, he decertified me. He thinks that Kevin financially abused me. He recognized that. Because Kevin only paid me $800 per month, and the market value was $2,600. So he decertified me, and I discharged on Monday. On the Monday I come back, I saw Kevin's phone. Kevin been sending my parents an email telling them I'm crazy on Wednesday. And Kevin also books the escort, massage boys. The soon, when I put mental ward, he arranged it on Thursday and succeed invite them over, paying them $150 for spanking. That was on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, during the time when I was in mental ward. I discovered that on Monday, and I have photos to prove that the text message towards him and those escorts from Leo list. And during the time, he pretended to be a devoted husband, trying to visit me in some hospital. That's just contradict each other. Anyway, Dr. Chen, I really thanked him, decertified me. He recognized the pattern of the Kevin's financial abuse. And in June, I got put mental ward again after I discovered Kevin stole my $10,000 cash. I have $20,000 cash. I had on a bookcase on the top shelf. You need a lighter to access. And they said they were helping me. They, by Johnson and Kevin, they were trying to help me to get rid of all the garbage bags they piled up in the balcony for the pest control and bedbug chemical fogging. So all my clothes been piled up in garbage bag in the balcony for a year. And they said they will clear up the balcony after the bedbug issue is gone. And then after the cleaning balcony, I come back home, went to bedroom, found out on my bookcase shelf the cash was missing, $20,000. Days later, no one said anything about it, and I confronts Kevin. I asked him, hey, do you take my cash? He admitted, and the cash was in the drawer of where he stays. And however, it's only $10,000, not $20,000. And he claimed that I don't know how much money I had, and he counted my money again. Anyway, I've been put mental ward the 5th time, 2 months later in June, also after 911 call. And after 5th time, it's also 3 days discharge, and Dr. Chen discharged me. It's also on Friday and Monday discharge. So I clearly see the pattern now. By then, at that time, it was Kevin. He was the one put me in mental ward, not directly, but by calling 911, activating Card 7, spreading rumors, smear campaign, gaslighting, and the triangulation. All those tactics. From narcissist, covert narcissist abuse. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. I realize that now. Okay, so this video covered about number 4 and number 5th admission. So number 6 till number 11, there's still 5 or 6 to go. Okay, and this is the video, and have a good Victorian Day, and see you next.